All right. Hello. Welcome to Magic Circle Mat on this lovely day. It's still a little gray right now, but it's spring. Things are green. You can hear the birds chirping. It is a good time to be alive. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So we will be doing a magic circle mat today. You asked and we listened. So we will be doing this magic circle. I've got a nice balanced body magic circle. You may recognize these are the same kind that we use at the studio, but you can order one to have one just like it at your own home. So talk to Paige if you'd actually like to get the good old genuine artifact here. Now, usually I like to start with a little Pilates quote. So today we are going to start with the wrong page. So I had it all ready to go and it looks like the wind had a different idea for me. All right, so let's talk about centering. So with body, mind, and spirit functioning as a perfectly coordinated whole, what else could reasonably be expected other than an active, alert, disciplined person? So today, let's use our body, mind, and spirit, and let's finish this workout as an active, alert, and disciplined person. We all need a little extra of that right now with just an interesting time in the world right now. So good. So let's go ahead. I'll put this off to the side. And again, what you need today is your mat, your magic circle, and of course, I always recommend your Club Pilates water bottle filled with lots of wonderful water. All right, so let's go ahead and lay back here and begin this workout. I'm going to start with my feet about hip distance apart, and my knees are going to be bent. I'm going to go ahead and roll on back. My magic circle is next to me for now. I'm going to begin by just breathing. I'm going to inhale and let that air inflate through the back of my ribs, letting my ribs get nice and heavy on this mat. I'm going to let my sacrum get nice and heavy as well. And then I'm going to lengthen the back of my neck as if the base of my skull is reaching for this mat. And let's do one more nice deep breath, sinking those ribs, sinking that sacrum, letting the base of the skull sink. Now, on your next inhale, begin to cinch in that corset. Get that transversus abdominis engaged as we work through this workout. As we inhale, we lengthen that spine and lengthen that abdominal by squeezing through that corset and pulling that navel in to those low back ribs. So imagine that string pulling down from this bottom of those, from your belly button down through that bra strap right in between those back ribs. Grab that magic circle, squeeze, and as you inhale, keeping the back long and in one place, begin to reach that magic circle over your head and then back above. Keep that back in one spot and back up. Let's do one more just like that. Excellent job. Now bring that magic circle up. Let's inhale, pull that up and in, and lift those legs into tabletop. Put that magic circle between those legs and find that nice tabletop position. You can set those hands down. Pull that navel up and in, get that corset engaged, and then stretch those legs away and then back in. Now, as the feet go this way, feel the navel pull the opposite way down into the mat. So imagine you've got a diagonal line from those toes down into the mat, and it's stretching away. One more. Good. Now bring that magic circle to the outside of those legs. Pull that navel up and in And then again, stretch those legs and then pull it back in. Stretch those legs. Feel that opposition, the ribs pressing down as the legs go out. One more. Good. And let's switch that magic circle back to hands. Keep the legs in tabletop. Now we're really going to challenge. The hands are going to go this way. The feet are going to go out. And the ribs are going to go down and in. That belly button's going to tack those ribs down into the mat. And we press out and in and out and in, out, in, out, and in. Let's set those feet down just for a second. Set that magic circle down for a second. Now, the next thing we're going to do are those hundreds. We're going to start with this magic circle between our hands, and about halfway through, we're going to end up switching it to our feet or between our ankles or even between the thighs if you decide to keep the knees nice and bent. Inhale, pull those knees up and stretch those legs out. Inhale to rib curl up and begin to squeeze that magic circle. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull that navel in nice and tight. Stretch through the back of the neck. Feel like your back is stretching through this exercise. If you'd like to, feel free to begin to lower those legs, but keep that nice stretch. Let the head sit on top of those abdominals. Good. Get ready to switch this circle to between the legs and begin pumping with the arms. And inhale. And again, feel free to lower that ring or keep the legs in wherever you would like to be. Just keep breathing, keep stretching. And we've got one more breath. And relax it down. Take that magic circle from between the legs, grab behind the thighs, and rock side to side, giving that back a little bit of a stretch. Now, let's go ahead. We're going to begin our roll up. You're going to take that magic circle and you're going to put it on your sternum. Now, not on the fleshy part. Get a little bit of bone right here. You're going to flex those feet. You're going to bring your forehead to that ring and you're going to begin to roll, pressing that magic circle into your belly, having to roll up and around that magic circle and then roll right back. Pulling in and curl into that magic circle. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Open up those shoulders. Stretch through those heels, keeping these hip flexors nice and open, curling. When you get to that hard spot, pull that belly in deeper, pull it deeper, pull it deeper. Use this magic circle to remind you to curl around. I usually talk about the medicine ball on our belly. Now we've actually got this magic circle that gives us a visual image of rolling, 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 rolling. And back. One more. Good. And rolling, 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 rolling. Now, as you roll back this last time, hold that magic circle in between those arms and let one leg come up, bending that knee, and then straighten and flex. Straighten and flex. We're going to do those single leg circles. Now, straighten that leg up nice and tall. Flex the bottom foot. Hold that magic circle. Give it a little squeeze. Fingers are long. And pull that navel in. And now, before we start the leg circles, we're actually going to lift that bottom leg and lower. Lift that bottom leg and lower. Feel those ribs press into the mat, keeping to help you lift that leg. Now keep that sensation of those ribs pressing into the mat that you just felt, and circle that leg down and around, keeping the bottom leg nice and long. Reverse those circles. Reverse those circles. Hips stay square. Good. Now we're going to switch our hands out. You're going to scissor kick and then bend and straighten that leg that's in the air. Let it get a little bit of a straighten, little bit of a stretch. Now straighten that leg, flex the foot on the floor, pull those navels in and then lift that leg. And again, use pressing those ribs into the mat and tightening that corset to lift that leg. Now keep that sensation of those ribs pressing in and circle down and around, down and around, down and around. Now reverse it, keeping the body nice and stable, the hips nice and stable. Bring those knees in and set those feet down. Good. Now we're going to roll this up and we are going to begin with our spine stretch forward. Now we sit up nice and tall. Our feet are flexed. Our back is up nice and tall. Sit up out of this lower back. So this isn't sitting up straight. It looks like I'm sitting up straight, but I'm not. I pull that navel up and in, and then I lift up out of those hips and actually feel a little engagement through these quads. Now for this spine stretch, I'm going to begin to take my forehead to this magic circle, and then I'm going to stretch for those feet, and then I'm going to roll it up. And then I'm going to stretch, taking my forehead to that magic circle, and then back up. Good. If you want to take that magic circle a little farther out, the main thing is imagine you have to roll up and over this magic circle and up and over, pulling this navel in and then backing up and down, curling. Stretch those shoulders, keep them wide, press that magic circle, and then lift. Good. Let's do that 3 more times. And curl up and over. Find that magic circle, press, and then lift it up nice and tall. And curling down, stretch, and then up, tall, last one, curling that head down, stretch, keep those shoulders loose, and then back up. Very good. Now we're going to go a little bit harder. We're going to do a little bit of corkscrew, get really into those obliques and into some more control. You'll have a couple of options with this exercise. We're going to come to laying again and put this magic circle between those ankles. Those hands can go down by your side, or they can go wide if you need a little more support. Now, pull that navel in. The first one, the hips are going to stay nice and square. We go down one side and then up to the other. Down the other side and back up. One more, just like this. Good. Now you can add a little bit of twist. So rolling and up, and you can let those hips roll up just a little bit, but the ribs have to stay nice and even. Now, if you want to add a little bit of the butt lift, you can do that. We lift and then roll down and around, and we lift, and then we roll down and around, and then we lift, and then we roll down and around, and then we lift, and we roll down and around. Let that relax just for a second. Keep that magic circle between those ankles. Good. And inhale, get those ribs nice and secure. Lift that magic circle again. We're going to do the tick-tock. Again, you can have the hands here, a little less stable. You have to work a little harder, or you can help bring your hands out. Now, my feet are going to move towards you and the camera while my head looks away. Keeping the shoulders right where they are. Keeping the ribs, and then reverse. And lift. 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 Bring it in. Drop that magic circle. Squeeze those thighs up in and rock side to side. Very good. Rolling it up. Let's find that nice soft. You are going to hold that, excuse me just for a second, got a little extra help here. Got a little extra break there. Sorry about that. All right, now you're gonna hold this magic circle. We're back up nice and tall. We're adding a little bit of twist now. So inhale and twist toward that camera, toward that video, and then stretch toward those pinky toes, and then lift back up. Twist, stretch, keep that twist, untwist all the way to the other side, and stretch, and lift, and twist, stretch, exhaling, inhaling as you up and twist, exhale as you reach and reach to blow all that air out, inhaling up and twist, and then exhale, reach, inhale to twist, and then exhale to reach, last one, inhale up to twist, exhale to reach and reach. Good. Now we're going to turn over and get into our swan. So hands are going to, this magic circle is going to be up nice and tall like this. We're going to lay flat on that belly. You're going to have those hips nice and secure. If you'd like, try to squeeze the inner thighs together, giving yourself just a little bit more work. Now, we are using the upper back in order to create the shape, not the lower back so much. So feel that navel pulling up and in. Stretch those hands. Keep the neck, the back of the neck long. Inhale, pull the navel up and in, and then stretch. Keeping this in the upper back. And stretch your chest away or toward that magic circle. So instead of thinking up, think stretch toward that magic circle and then lower. Stretch, inhaling toward that magic circle. Stretch that heart toward that magic circle and then lower. Stretch that heart toward that magic circle. Keep the back of the neck long and then down. Stretch. And then down. Last one. Inhale. Nice deep breath. Lengthening that spine even as you lift. And then down. Now, take that magic circle and put it between those ankles. Now, you won't be able to get that magic, your feet all the way on the ground for obvious reasons. Take those hands down, forehead to your hands. Squeeze that butt. Now we're using the butt and the hamstrings to help lift the legs up off the mat. So the back will get involved, but we're not trying to arch through the lower back. We're trying to initiate through the butt and the hamstrings. So stretch and lift and lower. lift and lower, lift and lower. Pull that navel in nice and tight. Lift and lower, lift and lower. One more. Good. Now, for the swan dive, you're more than welcome to keep lifting and lowering. If you'd like to try the swan dive, we're going to take this back between the arms and you're going to lift. And what we're doing is actually alternating the two exercises we just did. So you'll lift and then lift. So alternate the squeeze up with the squeeze of the butt. Very good. Now sit back, find that child's pose, pulling the navel up and in, and let that back lengthen. And let's grab some water. Good. Now, we're going to go back to that nice prone position. Now our magic circle is going to be nice and flat. We're going to have our elbows kind of about the distance of that magic circle. And I want you to take those fingers nice and long and squeeze that magic circle. Pull the navel up and in. You may even feel your hips lift up off that mat just a little bit. But keep that position. Now we're going to stretch the quad while engaging the butt and the hamstring with a very quick motion. And pull, pull, and then down. Pull, pull, and then down. Pull, pull, and then down. Don't forget that upper body. Pull, pull, down. Pull, pull, down. Pull, pull, down. Pull, pull, down. Use that magic circle to keep the upper body engaged. And pull, pull, down. Pull, pull, down. Stretch that quad. Use that hamstring. Last one to each side. Good. Now, we're going to take that magic circle behind us. Hold that magic circle right behind your head. You can put one ear down on the mat. Doesn't matter which one you start with. And we're going to pull that navel in. Still trying to stretch the navel out through the back of that bra strap. If you want, squeeze those legs together. Squeeze the butt and then kick, 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 and then stretch up. And then change sides. Set the next cheek down. And then kick, kick, kick. And then stretch up. And then switch sides. Kick, kick, kick. And then stretch up. Switch sides. And kick, kick, kick. Stretch up. Switch sides. And kick, kick, kick. Stretch up. And then kick, kick, kick. Stretch up. Good. Take that magic circle and press up. Sit back in child's pose, pulling the navel up and in so that you can get nice and deep on those heels. Good. Now, sitting back up, let's get a little spine twist. So, heels are, right feet are nice and flexed. Back is up nice and tall. Feel a lot of nice length here. And hold that magic circle out in front of you. You're going to inhale. And as you exhale, stretch that magic circle. Keep both hips on that mat. Back to center. I've got a lot of animal helpers today. My apologies. Now we put that magic circle up. We inhale and exhale. Keeping that up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, or if you prefer a different breath pattern, go ahead and do that. Good. Inhale. Exhale. One more to each side. Good. Excellent job. Go ahead and get some water. I'm going to make sure we don't have any more pet issues. Thank you. All right, I think everybody's inside now, so we shouldn't have any more issues. All right, very good. So let's get into a little side body work, especially these legs. So you are going to line yourself up with the back of this mat. You've got one hand under that head. The butt is lined up with the back of the mat. The feet are a little angled forward. The further you pull them back, the more balance it requires. So find that spot for you. Now, I'm going to take this magic circle and I'm going to hold it up with that lower foot. So find that little spot where you can stretch that out. Good. Now, you're pulling up and in. Feel that butt stretching out away from those heels and away from the head. You can put the hand here or you can take it behind the head for a little bit more work. Now lift that top leg, keeping it above that magic circle and bring it forward, feeling a stretch. So stretch that butt. Now bring it back and stretch in the front of that hip flexor. And then bring it forward and bring it back. Now the catch is these ribs can't shift or move. These hips can't shift or move. We want to stretch that heel away from the butt, feeling it stretch this way. But then we want to stretch those toes away from this hip flexor. And then forward. And then back, and then forward, and then back. Stretch it. Forward, and then back. Good. Now, set that foot down on top of that ring just for a moment. Now, open up that leg. So again, we're not rolling the hip back. You're just turning that femur inside that hip socket. Keep the butt lengthened away. Now, lift that foot, curl that knee in. Keep that knee in line with that nice turnout. Stretch that leg out. Lift, curl in, stretch out. Lift, curl in, stretch out. Reverse it. Bring that knee in. Stretch that leg up and out. Bring that knee in. Stretch that leg up and out. Bring that knee in. Stretch that leg up and out. Good. Let that rest just for a moment. Now, we're going to do some figure eights. Keep that belly nice and long. Feel that corset. Stretch the back nice and long. Keep in the back. Take that foot forward, dipping it around. Now, dip it to the back. Dip it to the front of that magic circle and then dip it to the back. Dip it to the front of that magic circle. Dip it to the back. Now, can you circle over and around that magic circle? And then over and around that magic circle. Over and around that magic circle. Over and around that magic circle. Over and around. Good. Now, both legs go into that magic circle. Lift it up. And begin to pull those knees back. Pull back. Pull back. Pull that belly in and back. And back. And back. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Good. And set it down again. Relax just for a moment. We have one more before we change sides. So stretch that magic circle between those ankles. Lift and lower. 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 Two more. And one more. Good. Bend that top leg in. Rub it out. Now, if you want a little bit of challenge for the transition, hold that magic circle between those legs and teeter up. Whoop, I've got a little edge here, and then move it to the other side. Now, we're going to stretch it out again. So find that nice length in that magic circle, holding it with that bottom leg. Line yourself up with the back of that mat. Find the angle that works for your legs, where you'll be able to hold your upper body nice and firm. Take that top leg up on top of that magic circle. Keep everything in. Tuck those ribs in. I have a tendency to let those ribs splay. You can take the hand back, or here, lift that leg up and begin to stretch forward. And then flex that foot back. Feel that stretch in the hip flexor. Stretch pointing forward and back. Stretch forward and back. 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 Good. Let that rest on top. Now turn that leg, those toes out with the knee, keeping the hips still lined up. Lift that leg. Bend that knee, keeping that knee in that turnout. Stretch it out. Lift, bend, stretch. Lift, bend, stretch. One more. Lift, bend, and stretch it. Now reverse. Bend that knee. Lengthen that leg. Stretch. Keep that corset nice and tight. Keeping the pelvis stabilized. Good. And now let's begin those figure eights. So circle down, out, and then down and out, down and out, down and out, down and out, down and out. One more like this. Good. Now we're going to go all the way over, circle back toward the circle, all the way back, and then back toward that circle, reversing how those circles move around. Good. Keep those shoulders relaxed. I felt my shoulder just kind of creeping up. So do a little body check. Are you lengthening? Do you still feel that corset nice and engaged? Good. Let that leg rest just for a moment. Good. Stabilize that body. Bring those feet into that side, that circle. Lift that circle and begin to bend those knees back and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Keep balance. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Set that circle down. I've got to fix it a little bit here. Good. Stretch that circle out between those ankles and then lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Keep that corset pulled tight. Good. You've just got two more. And one more. Good. Set that down. Rub out that hip. Rub out that hip. Now, we do all of this to help us get ready for teasers and the coordination of teasers. So let's see what we can do with those, and then we'll stretch out and be done. All right. So grab that magic circle. We're going to start with it between our hands. So Go ahead and roll yourself back. See if you can go ahead and go back nice and long and then curl it back in. Now, the first teaser we're going to do, hold these feet in, lift them up, and begin to lower them. You're going to find that sweet spot where that you're going to find that balance, and then you're going to curl up and find that teaser. Inhaling, exhaling. Now stretch that bra strap back. Don't let those feet lower. And back up. And roll it back. And back up. Roll it back. Good. Set that down just for a second. Now put that magic circle between those ankles. And take those legs into tabletop lift. Begin to lower. And then find that magic, that plank. Excuse me. And then up. And up. And back. One more. And up. And back. Good. Relax that out just for a second. Bring that magic circle back to the arms. Now, we start with everything low. Here's our coordination. How do we lift the arms? How do we get that pelvic, that rib curl to help us up? How do we keep the butt and the inner thighs engaged to help us lift this up? Inhale and lift. Good. Pull that navel up and in, and then roll it back. Lower back hits first, then stretch it out. Good. And up. And then stretch it back and down. Good. Last one like this. And up. Find it. Stretch. How far can you stretch those toes away from that bra strap? And then roll it back and down. Now, the last one is a variation from Ramona. And maybe Kathy Grant did it as well. So, and this one is a killer. So let's just do what we can with it. So inhale, find that teaser. Now take the circle away from the toes, back to center, and then back and center, back and center, back and center, back and center, and then roll it out. Good, adding a little bit of oblique work to that teaser. That's a good one, isn't it? Very good. All right, let's stretch this out. Take that magic circle to the bottom of one foot. If you want to bend that other leg for a little more stability, you certainly can, or you can stretch it out. Now, get into that hamstring, pulling that in. Keep the belly button pulled in nice and tight. You're still lengthening the back even as you stretch. Good. And then take one opposite hand out. Hip stay stable, so don't let this hip roll up. Keep it on that mat. Keep those ribs pressed into that mat. And then bring it up and over to switch. Good. Now I want you to feel this stretch. So don't let this hip roll up. Pull the navel in nice and tight. Now, let this hip lift and shift that work, that twist to the back. Keep this shoulder down and look toward that outstretched hand. Pull the navel in, keep it nice and tight. Good. Now, bend that leg in and let's switch legs. Once again, if you want to start with this leg bent, you can certainly do that. And then reach it out. Pull the navel in, keep those ribs, and then stretch that hamstring. Good. Now, take that hand out, opposite hand, and let this move out to the side. Keep those hips nice and stable. Pull those ribs in, helping you keep that stability. Now, switch hands, and look toward that outstretched hand. Keep this hip on and feel that kind of IT butt stretch right there. Now let that hip lift, looking the opposite way, feeling that lengthen through the back and twist through that back. Pull that navel in and deepen that twist. Good. Excellent job. Let's go ahead and roll it up. And we're going to put this behind our back. I've got my hands on the outside right now. I'm letting that chest expand, but I'm still pulling my navel up and in, and my back is still lengthening. So I'm not arching back. I still want length. I'm just stretching that chest. I'm going to look toward you, and then I'm going to look away. I'm going to roll that neck to look for you, and then I'm going to roll that neck to look away. I'm going to lift up and over to look at you. I'm going to lift that chin up and over to look away. So pulling that navel in, put those hands inside that magic circle and get a little deeper stretch into those shoulders. Good, excellent. And maybe twist side to side, getting in to those side bends. And twist. Good. Thank you very much for joining me on Magic Circle Mat on this lovely day, although it is getting a little bit rainy. So, but still just so pretty outside. It's so nice to see all the green. All right. Have a great rest of the week, and I will see you next week with another mat class or control class. Now, next week, I would like to try either a BOSU class or a spine corrector class. So if you have a BOSU at home, that's great. Or if you don't have either and you're thinking, okay, well, maybe I'll get something for home, the BOSU or the spine corrector. The BOSU, of course, you know, we have those at the studio. We also have a spine corrector at the studio. It's usually in our private studio. So this is one similar to what we have in our private studio. Again, it's from Balanced Body. Paige can help you get one, either a BOSU like we have at the studio or one of these spine correctors like we have. This is my personal one. It just is the same type that we have at the studio. So as you can tell, this nice kind of circle part is what you can use similar to the BOSU. And, you know, in class, you've seen me do exercises where we'll lay back and we've got, you know, we're working this way, or we may even be laying all the way back, or you can even be laying this way and working through as well. Now, so you can use the BOSU that way. The nice thing about these spine correctors is that you also have this other piece. So if you're working on, say, teasers, and you're like, okay, what is a teaser? You know, it can help you find your teaser position. It's also great for helping in side work. It makes it a little tougher on that side work where we reach over. So next week, I'd love to do a BOSU or a spine corrector. If you need help getting or would like to have one at home, go ahead and contact Paige. She'll help you get a hold of a nice quality BOSU or one of these spine correctors. This is one of the more inexpensive spine correctors, so it's really not that much more expensive than a BOSU. So go ahead and, like I said, talk to Paige, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much.